All right, good afternoon, everybody. Thanks for coming today to my PE class. I'm looking forward to teaching you a new movement. This movement is called the hip hinge. There's actually 3 steps to it. You've got a hip hinge, we've got a Romanian deadlift, or RDL, if you want to impress your friends at dinner, and then you've got the full-on deadlift, okay? Now, I know you guys are varsity athletes here at Bath High School, so you're probably already familiar with the deadlift. We're not using a whole bunch of weight today. We're just going to be using these nice 5-foot PVC pipes because we're really just practicing your form. You guys are very early on in your athletic careers as well as just in life. And before you know it, snap your fingers, you're going to be my age and 35 years old, and all of a sudden, if you don't use these muscles and learn to use them the correct way when you're young, it's going to lead to a lot of problems later on in life, right? It's really hard to motivate young people to do the right thing if they don't see the purpose in it. I can tell you, 20 years older than you looking back, there's a lot of people that are my age that have lost tons of mobility in all kinds of parts of their body, but especially in their posterior chain. Okay, so today's exercise, you're primarily going to be working your posterior chain. Okay, we're talking about our gluteus maximus, we're talking about our quads, we're talking about our hamstrings here, lower back, a neutral spine is going to be really important. All of these things are massively important to your long-term health. I mean, do you guys love sports right now?
Yeah.
At your age?
Yeah.
So, imagine if that just got stolen from you, in the snap of a finger. And essentially, fast forward 10 or 15 years, that's what's going to happen if you don't start doing these exercises the correct way. Have any of you guys taken my economics class before?
Yes.
Yeah. Have I ever talked about the importance of compound interest and investing early on in life?
Yeah.
Absolutely, right? It's the same idea. This game gets 15 times harder, probably 50 times harder, if you're not doing these things early on in life and doing them the right way. So I'm just going to demonstrate it for you real quick for what you're going to be doing. Okay, the first one is the hip hinge, and I'm just going to have you when you do this here in a minute, you're going to do the full-on deadlift. Okay, but notice I've got my feet about hip width apart. Okay, I've got my hands overhand grip here on the bar. I've got them just outside my hips. Okay, and it's going to kind of look like this. Okay, notice my back's nice and straight. Actually, for the hip hinge, we're going to stop right here at the knee. Okay, I got my spine. I'll show you the sideways view in a minute here, but my spine is nice and straight. Notice my knees are nice and straight. If you came to the squat session that we did last week, you know that we essentially went pretty far down. Okay, and my whole body's vertical, with itself. This one really almost horizontal by the time you get to the bottom. Okay, but my spine is nice and straight. I'll show you from the side here. Hip hinge. Notice my gluteus here and my hips. They go backwards. Okay, spine is straight. I'm straight down. I'm looking about 5 feet ahead of me, and then we're back up. Okay, does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Okay, so you're really going to be putting a lot of one reason why this is really important is your vertebrae. You guys probably know this already from Mr. Saylor being such a great PE and health teacher, but your vertebrae sit on top of each other, and when you have, say, 50 pounds of weight and you're doing a deadlift, that's actually like 850 pounds of compression moving against your spine. And if your form is off and there's 850 pounds of pressure pushing against that, it's real easy for this spine to get, for this vertebrae to get moved outwards and for these not to be aligned. And you end up with a pinched nerve. Have you guys ever heard of a pinched nerve before? Or a herniated disc maybe? Okay, so that can happen really easily if you're not doing the correct thing. Okay, so that's kind of the purpose of what we're doing. All right, and then the next one is the RDL, the Romanian deadlift. Okay, same idea, you're going just below the knee. Okay, back up, show you here. Just below the knee. Back up. My feet were a little wide on that one here. Okay, and then the last one that I'm going to have you guys do 3 sets here in a minute are going to be deadlifts. Okay, so, and this is not your normal deadlift where you got a bunch of weight on the side. This is a hip hinge. Your hip is like a hinge deadlift. Okay, this is for long-term importance. Okay, so you're here. And even I struggle with these. You guys know I'm 6'5" and I'm a basketball player. This is something I wish I would have done better when I was younger. Okay, and that one actually wasn't great for him. See how my back is kind of up right now? This is going to put all kinds of unnecessary pressure on your spine. That's what I'm talking about. It's pretty dangerous. So do this nice and slow. Get nice and low. Okay, and back up. Nice and low. And back up. Okay. All right, can you guys do me a favor? Can you guys go grab yourself a PVC pipe and go ahead and spread out here if you could. I know we got limited space in the classroom here. I didn't realize the custodians would be putting all the desks back in here. I thought we had a little bit more space, but spread out so you're not knocking the guy next to you. Okay, here you go, Xander. I don't need it anymore.
Thank you.
Okay. And can you guys, can you actually turn and face me? So, Drew, maybe, that's perfect there, Drew. That's good. Okay, all right. I want you guys to do 2 controlled, slow reps when I say go here in a second. And so, remember our critical features? We've got overhead hand grip just outside the hips, feet hip width apart. They're probably a little closer than what you're normally comfortable with. Toes should be facing forward. Okay, weight should be pretty centered, not on the balls of your feet, not on the heels either. Okay, big thing here is your scaps. Okay, your shoulder blades should be back. Okay, and almost like there's a pencil in between your shoulder blades and you're pinching it and trying to hold it. Okay. Eyes shouldn't be necessarily looking up, nor should they be looking down. You're trying to keep your whole spine kind of neutral when you go down. Your knees, okay, when we did squats, your knees went down, right? This is not a squat, this is a deadlift. Your knees should have, when you go all the way down into the hip hinge deadlift, you're gonna have a little bit of bend in your knees, but it shouldn't be a ton, okay? And then your neutral spine is gonna be super important, okay? So why don't you guys go ahead, just real nice and slow, go ahead and head down for me into the deadlift. So you're going, trying to get to mid-shin, okay? Mid-shin, let me just kind of look from the side here, okay? Now keep it down for me for a second and hold it. Okay, Xander, your knees need to be straightened a little bit. I know it feels awkward, but just giving you some feedback here. I need to get on the side view. Good. Paulo, try to make sure your spine's nice and straight, okay? Yeah, keep that, yeah, perfect. Drew, you're looking about 5 feet ahead of you, okay? And your feet are a little wide. Okay, we're hip width apart. There you go. Nice and straight. Okay, Gonzo looks pretty good. Good, and up. All right, nice and slow. Keep in there. Excellent. Okay, one more controlled rep. And down. Good. Hold it for me. Good. Paulo, relax a little bit. Okay, relax a little bit. Nice and deep. Nice and deep. You should feel it in your hamstrings. You should feel it in your glutes. Okay, and the bottom part of your spine there, your lower back. This is a great exercise. Okay. Back up. Good. Okay. So you guys know, how many guys know someone that's older than you that's got back problems? Probably all of us, right? It's like one of the most common injuries we seem to have in our society. Okay, how many people you guys think are doing this that are 10 or 15 years older than you guys, regularly doing hip hinge deadlifts on their free time?
No.
6 or 7%. Okay, very few. Okay, very few. And so the whole idea here is if you guys do this and do this right, okay, you might not have any back problems for the rest of your life. Okay, this is long-term health. Movement. Imagine not having your range of motion when you're getting into your 40s, 50s, and 60s, okay? You don't want to have that problem. Good. All right, guys, I'm going to have you go ahead and do 3 sets here. So I'm going to time you for 30 seconds. This is not a race. You don't have a ton of weight on there, okay? You're doing all deadlifts, okay? So not hip hinge, don't stop at the knee, not Romanian deadlift, don't go just below the knee. Try to get down about halfway down your shin, okay? On your mark, get set, go. Yeah, nice and controlled. Absolutely, good. Keeping that bar nice and close to your shins. Keep everything close to home. Pretty good, Sam. Keep going. You still got 15 seconds here. Good. Sam, you're looking about 5 feet in front of you, buddy, okay? 5 feet in front of you. Good, Gonzo. Paulo, eyes down a little bit, all right? And stop. Paulo, you're kind of looking up like the sky, looking for someone to say, I know you guys just had a difficult basketball practice, so thank you for doing this. Okay, kids, your guys' age, it's all about motivation, right? If you don't see the importance in something, then you're probably not going to do it. So, anyone got plans to go to the beach in time this summer? Probably, maybe once, maybe, okay, good. You want to impress people, you take off the shirt, you want to be, running down the beach, you want to be looking good, you want your trunk, your posterior chain, to be impressive when people look at it, not, an embarrassment to society. Okay. I'm joking when I say that, but in all seriousness, this type of exercise is going to make you look good, and when you look good, you feel good, and when you feel good, you do what?
Good. Play good.
You play good. All right, good job, Gonzo. All right, round 2, here we go. On your mark, get set, go. Awesome. Good. Try to keep the knees straight. Your butt should be nice and high. Okay, your butt doesn't really come down. Your glutes don't come down. Good. That close to home. Good overhand grip there. Should feel it in your lower back. Should feel some, I know there's no weight on this PVC pipe, but should still even feel the pressure in the lower back. Should almost feel like a good stretch. Good. Excellent. 10 more seconds here. Let me get this side view. And stop. Okay, Xander, one quick thing. I noticed in the one rep that I was watching you had a lot of flexion in your knees. That's where your knee, because naturally when you're carrying weight, and you're bringing it down here, your knees want to do what? They want to move. They want to bend. Okay. But the point of this is not to do. If we wanted to work our knees here, our quad muscle at our knees, we would be doing squats. Okay. Or a regular deadlift, not a hip hinge deadlift. That's going to put a lot of weight forward, and your knees kind of have to come down, and you work this quadricep muscle, and that's not really what we're looking for. So try to keep the hips high, the knees high, everything's in your lower spine, okay? Last set. On your mark, get set, go. All right, we're improving here. Seeing improvement, this is excellent. Getting the side view angle. This is great. Gonzo, that's really good. That's really good. Drew, can you face the front of the room for me so I can see the side angle here? Thank you. Excellent, good. Try to keep your scaps back, Drew, when you're doing this. 5 seconds here. And stop, okay? Thank you, guys, thank you. Can you put the PVC pipes back where you found them, and then come back here and have a seat in the middle for me? Fantastic, give me a high five. Give me something here. Yeah. Give me something here. There we go, good job, team, good job. Apollo, give me something. Have a seat, seriously, I need you to sit on the ground here for just a minute. Okay, we'll wrap this up. Okay, so again, we covered what 3 series today? What did we cover here, Drew?
Hip hinge.
The hip hinge, good, which is where we're moving our hips up and down like it's a hinge, okay?
Romanian deadlift.
Romanian deadlift. And in the Romanian deadlift, Sam, how deep should we be going?
To about below our knees.
Just below the knees, excellent. And Drew, what's our third one?
Deadlift.
The deadlift, okay? Now again, this is the hip hinge deadlift, right? Not just your regular old deadlift, so. And Gonzo, this is important because when you're 30, 40, 50 years old, or even in your 20s, a couple of years away for you, what's the benefit of doing an exercise like this?
Not having any, back pain that's unnecessary.
Okay, having unnecessary back pain, which is important because, man, think about it. You have, let's say you have a family or something like that, and you're trying to go on a vacation. Dad's got back problems everywhere he goes. That's going to really cramp your style, right? Or if you're trying to take someone out on a date, and you're in college or whatever, and you're trying to say, hey, do you want to go for a jog? And she says, yes, let's go for a jog. And then you start running like this because you got back problems. I mean, this on me, I laugh, but this is a really important thing, right? And like I said, this is your posterior chain. What happens when you have your abs tight and you have your scaps back, your trunk here is so critical to every other muscle that's in your body, right? If you're doing some bicep curls or something, those might look good. It's really just impacting this one muscle. When you're doing hip hinge deadlifts, this impacts your whole body, okay? And like I said, the small things that you can get right there are gonna have a really big, impactful, long-term impact on you, okay? Freedom of movement, okay, range of motion. Those are things that when you get to be, a little bit older, you're going to really regret not doing things the right way right now. So thank you guys for your participation today. I hope you enjoyed this, and you guys have a great rest of your day, okay? Thanks.